Have you ever just stared up at the night sky and thought, where did all of this come from? For thousands of years, that question was for poets and philosophers. But what if pretty soon it's a question we can just ask an algorithm? Today, we're going to talk about how artificial intelligence is getting incredibly close to unlocking the biggest story of all time, the origin of our universe. Because really, that's what this is all about. This isn't just about some fancy new tech. We are talking about a tool that could potentially answer the most fundamental question of our existence. It's a massive, massive idea, and we're going to break down exactly how it might actually happen. All right, so here's the game plan. First, we'll look at why we even need AI for this cosmic quest. Then, we're going to walk through the three big phases of AI, from a simple data sifter to a genuine research partner, and finally, to something that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction, an oracle. And then we'll wrap it all up by asking, what does all this mean for us? Okay, so to really get why AI is becoming such a game changer here, you have to appreciate the sheer scale of what we're up against. I mean, we are trying to piece together a story that is 13.8 billion years old, using these tiny, faint clues scattered across, well, everything. And this, right here, is the heart of the problem. We've basically hit a wall. The universe is just packed with stuff we can't see, like dark matter and dark energy, that makes up something like 95% of everything out there. And our brains, as amazing as they are just completely overwhelmed. There's too much data, and the theories are getting way too complex. So the answer might actually lie in a totally different kind of intelligence. As you can see on this timeline, this whole journey is probably going to happen in 3 stages. Right now, we're living in the age of ANI, the specialist, and that's expected to last up to around 2030. Then, things get really interesting. We enter the era of AGI, the generalist, starting around 2030. And then, if you look out to 2040 and beyond, we might just see ASI, the super intellect. Each one of these phases is going to completely rewrite the rules. So let's start with where we are today. Phase 1 is all about artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI. Now, don't think of this as some kind of creative genius. It's more like an unbelievably powerful high-tech forensics kit. It's designed to find clues that are basically invisible to our eyes. And this isn't some far-off future stuff. This is happening right now. Telescopes like the James Webb are sending back just mountains of data. ANI is the tool that digs through all of that cosmic noise to find the actual signal. It's pulling out these incredibly faint patterns of light from 13.5 billion years ago, spotting distant galaxies, and piecing together the incredibly precise maps that are the bedrock of cosmology today. So, where do we go from here? Well, around 2030, we expect to enter the age of AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. And folks, this is a huge leap. We're not just talking about a tool anymore. We're talking about a real research partner, like a brilliant consulting detective who can connect clues from totally different fields and actually come up with brand new ideas on its own. So, what kind of case would we hand over to this new detective? Well, a perfect one is something called the Hubble tension. See, right now, when scientists measure how fast the universe is expanding, they get 2 different answers depending on the method they use. That's a huge contradiction in how we understand the cosmos, and it is exactly the kind of messy, complicated problem that AGI will be perfect for tackling. And the Hubble tension? That's just the start. AGI will be targeting the 4 great pillars of cosmology, getting a full picture of the cosmic dawn, when the very first stars blinked on, finally cracking the mystery of dark matter and dark energy, figuring out what happened at the exact moment of the Big Bang, and learning how to read the entire history of the universe written in gravitational waves. And that brings us to the final and, frankly, kind of mind-bending phase, ASI, Artificial Superintelligence. Here, the whole relationship flips on its head again. ASI isn't a tool. It's not even a partner. It's an oracle. We're talking about an intellect so far beyond us that it won't just test our theories. It will figure out the fundamental laws of physics all by itself, from scratch. This is where it just gets incredible. Let's look at how ASI would handle those 4 big pillars. For the cosmic dawn, it won't just analyze data. It will literally simulate the birth of the first star at an atomic level, essentially creating a video of it happening. It'll solve the Hubble tension by discovering new laws of physics we didn't even know existed. It'll finally create a theory of quantum gravity that explains what happened in the first 10 to the power of negative 43 seconds of the universe's existence. And it'll take those ripples in space-time and decode them into a complete history book of the cosmos. So, you see, the really crucial thing to understand is this massive shift in how we do science. For all of human history, cosmology has been like detective work, right? We're piecing together these little fragments of evidence to guess what happened. With ASI, it becomes a mathematician's proof. The history of the universe is no longer just our best guess. It's a fact, a certainty that can be calculated backwards from the fundamental laws of reality itself. So let's just put this all together for a second. You can really see the evolution here, right? We go from using ANI as an analysis tool just to build a map, to working with AGI as a research partner to solve puzzles, and finally, we're just listening to ASI, the all-knowing narrator, as it tells us where we came from. The goal itself gets deeper and more profound with every single step. Which brings us to our final, and maybe the most important question of all. After all the numbers are crunched, after the ultimate laws of the universe are discovered, what does any of this actually mean for us, for humanity? And this, right here, is the really profound part. By giving us the complete, no questions asked story of our universe, ASI isn't just giving us a science lesson, it's handing us our ultimate identity. For the first time in history, we will know exactly what our place is in this giant cosmic story. And that just leaves us with one last thought to chew on. Knowing for sure where we came from, that's one thing. But if an intelligence this powerful can reveal our origin story with absolute clarity, you just have to wonder, will it also have something to tell us about our destiny?